In frame one of game 3.
It's funny how so often in these best-of-3 formats it comes to the last game. Almost nothing to separate the two players, Matt being the better player all week in the round-robin stages of the tournament, but Mike, the man with experience. And here he goes.
It's gone. It rolls. The 10 is taken down by the pin action.
It's the slow messenger and the slow raise of the arm, saluting that 10
Yep,
pin.
I agree. Now, from your own personal experience, how do you think Matt's going to react to losing that second game by just 5 pins?
It's going to be difficult for him to regroup, but I think he's got the experience. You can see there a great shot, so he's definitely comfortable despite that loss in the second game there. I mean, he's been bowling great here all week, and he knows what he needs to do. So I think he's got what it takes. I think he's going to be fine here. But he's up against a man with a vast amount of experience, so just bowling okay is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, a former world champion, no less. And do you sense there might be a shift in momentum now after Schmidts clawed his way back into the game?
Yeah, definitely. There was going to be a point in that game where Mike would have felt dead and buried, and then when Matt stepped up and left that split, he led him back into the game, and that really was the turning point. And Mike's been perfect since then. He's got the experience to know that sometimes it's only just a minor adjustment to get back and strike. As he has again now. Mixes the pins up with a slightly light hit, but he's going to be happy. He steps over now into his third frame. 2 strikes apiece from the players so far. Evenly matched, nothing to call between them.
He's starting to pick up the tempo as well. Mike can be quite a slow bowler when he wants to be, if things are going against him. The setup routine is always the same, but sometimes it does drag it out a bit, isn't it, that you can use to unsettle your opponent?
It certainly can be, yeah. You can use it either way, really. Either something to slow yourself down and compose yourself, or something to get your opponent a bit rattled. But whatever it is, it's working for Mike there. He goes slightly high and trips the 4 out. That's a good start from him. Perfect start from him.
Well, high-quality contest now. Both boys. One open frame is the deciding factor in these games.
At this level, that's all it takes.
Just one mistake.
World-class players will jump on any opportunity they get.
I guess they will.
And an 8 count there from Matt, just slightly high on that right lane.
Half an error maybe from the English boy.
That's really been the lane he struggled on in this match. I think he's thrown the last 6 strikes on the left lane, but that right lane is his bogey at the moment. Needs to cover this spare.
Advantage, albeit slender, to Canada. Come on, Matt.
Yeah, we see he hooks at that spare. Interesting choice of tactics, really. Matt's pretty confident in his hook game, so he elects to hook across the lane at that one as opposed to going straight. We've seen Mike take the straight route for those kind of spares. And that's really a case of personal preference. But Matt gets it done nonetheless. Steps up in the 4th.
Well, he's the first to miss in this decider. Can he get back in the groove here? Yes, he can.
It's a perfect strike. You can see the ball go straight between the 8 and 9 pins. That's a sign he's really lined up on that side. But Mike does have that one-shot advantage.
Now for Schmidt on the lane nearest us, frame number 4.
Perfect balance from Mike. Wow.
Second time.
7-10, that's... Wow. That's twice in the space of a game. He did that frame 5 in the last game, and he reacts similarly. You can just see the frustration on him here, but he's staying a bit more composed than last time, I would say.
Well, surely he can't get out of jail a second time, can he? And you just can't forecast what's going to happen here. Unbelievable scenes.
And 9 for Mike there. It just seems to go one way and then back the next.
Standing here.
He knows he's not bowling badly either. That's the really important thing. So there's going to be certain elements of confidence, but a hell of a lot of frustration pent up against the pin carry he seems to be seeing.
Well, now it's back in Matt's hands again. See our bowlers from all over the world gathered here this week in the south of France, and they're absolutely transfixed by what they're seeing. Matt to retake the lead with a big shot needed.
It's his difficult lane, but he's found a strike. Little light mixer there, that's what he wants. Punched in the air. He knows that was a big shot for him.
At 21 years of age, can he hold it all together? Come on, Matt.
Oh, that's a really difficult leave as well. It's the 3-6-9-10 for Matt. And the reason this is such a difficult one is because he needs to carry the 9-pin at the back there.
Pick a winner from this match.
What does he have?
Oh!
It's only 3 for Matt. Shakes his head. He knows that was close to making the spare, and as I said, that back pin, the 9, is the key one. Just gets that ball to hook a little bit, but not enough to carry it.
Oh, Schmidts' open frame is cancelled out with that. And in turn now Miller opens the door. Who has the mental capacity now to take this endgame by the scruff of the neck?
Schmidts' eyes would have got really big when Matt left that. You can see him stepping up now. He takes his time.
Frame 6.
And does he have it? Yeah, he snaps the 10 and he's punching the air as well. Big shot, and the match swings back the other way.
Yep, Schmidts' first strike since the 3rd frame in this decider. Time for Sandy to dish out some more words of wisdom.
A few words of encouragement there, and a chance to let Matt sit in the seat and think about that open he's just thrown. Maybe a little gamesmanship involved there, as well as the advice that Sandy's dishing out.
Yeah, and disregard that scorecard because Schmidts working on a strike and he's going to jump back into the lead. It's just going flip-flop here, backwards and forwards. And Miller now in his seat, ruining that open frame in the 6.
Let's hope he doesn't play on his mind too much, because he's still very much in this game. Even if Mike does throw the next strike, Matt's got to get up and answer.
Yeah, very much so.
And Mike trips out the late 9-pin there. He knows what a big break that was at this stage.
A lucky double for Mike Schmidt.
That was pretty close to the perfect shot, but just enough for you to call that lucky, I think. He knows it was a break.
Oh, that was a hammer blow. A big double response from the Canadian.
Matt needs to regroup, and that's high through the nose. 3-6-7-10 this time, even more difficult than the previous one. This time he does leave a split. Needs to get the ball for Matt here.
Really, really tough break. You can see from that camera angle, no action on the 7. And 2 open frames back to back now for Miller.
Matt's going to be devastated by this. You can see now, chest was pumped out and now his shoulders are dropped. He really can feel this one slipping through his fingers.
Spectators, some of them can't look. People holding head in their hands, frantically totaling up the pinfall.
A strike there from Matt, but this game is all about Mike Schmidt now. He steps up with a commanding position. Strike here will all but lock the match up. Going to put him into the 220s if he strikes now. Matt can strike out for a maximum of 220. He'll be down 6 pins in count. This strike is everything for Mike Schmidt, and you can see the frustration there. Matt shaking his head, punching his hands together.
He's feeling it, isn't he? He's hurting.
Such a devastating blow, those last 2 frames for him.
Suddenly became a mirage. And that'll be another nail in the coffin from the Canadian for Miller's hopes.
And we may have said the last shot was lucky, but Mike absolutely posted that one up at the foul line. You see him solid on balance there, arm held aloft, and the ball did exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, turkey time for Mike Schmidt, 3 in a row.
Just want control. And Mike has that. Again, it just builds on Mike's fantastic record in this tournament. If he can go on to win here today, he's going to join some of the all-time greats in World Cup history.
He certainly is. It's not over. It's not over.
Matt still has life. He still has life.
That 7-pin means Miller lives to fight another day. Schmidt's got a 30-pin cushion at this point.
On the nose. Mike would need a spare in the 10th frame to win this tournament. But Matt needs to strike out now. There's absolutely nothing left for him in this tournament if he doesn't strike out 9th and 10th right now.
Well, here we go. It all comes down to this. Mike Miller's moment of destiny. the 21-year-old Londoner. He's come this far. Is it now going to be one step too far? The trophy's decided with this shot. Tough break, tough break.
Say it again. And the applause from the crowd says it all there. They've been adding it up. They know it's not going to be for Matt today. A shake of the head there. Who knows as well.
6-10 lead. He just cannot put any more pressure on the Canadian. He's running out of frames, and he's running now on empty, out of inspiration, and having to settle for the silver medal as runner-up in the 2010 World Cup. So close, so desperately close, but now, so far, this has got to be bitter.
It's bittersweet for Matt, I think. This has probably been the best tournament of his life. Certainly the best he's done in an international tournament to date. He's going to be happy
with two 7-10 leads and really giving his opponent every chance, every opportunity. I guess Matt's going to walk off the lanes and say it's not so much about losing, but the manner in which I maybe threw it away, I don't know.
Well, he won the first game. That was a big plus for him, and he had opportunities in both the other games, so he's definitely going to be feeling that way. But he'll be back. He can pick himself up from this. He's 21, and this was a great tournament for him. There's more to come from this young lad.
Well, we certainly hope so, because deserved applause rings round the stadium as our knowledgeable public here salute Matt Miller's fantastic achievement down here in Toulon. A disappointing end to things there, a 188 total, not what he would have wished for, of course, in the decider against such a formidable opponent. But it's now all about this man from Manitoba, Canada, 4 days shy of his 30th birthday. He is on course for his second world title.
He could easily rush this one and throw it off, but he's taking his time. He's going to do everything right. It's good to see that from the players.
And if I know Mike, he's going to play to the gallery for this as well.
Certainly worth the wait. His coach is on his feet. The hug there, they know. And the crowd salute.
The top of the 10th, Mike Schmidt begins with a strike.
And the right smile. The first time he smiled in the last 3 games, I think. It's been steely determination before then. And the appreciative roar of the crowd. Just late on that occasion, but he's not going to care.
High fives with Sandy. Her job's done. What a way to bow out from the international bowling stage, and what a terrific record she's had down the years, bringing Canadian talent to the fore. Last year they won in the ladies division. Mike was the runner-up in Malaysia, and here in the south of France he has the crown once again. A 2-time world champion from Canada in 2010. A worthy winner, but a terrific performance from Miller, the underdog. Both men can look back on a phenomenal final that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. And by a tally of 224 to 188, it's Mike Schmidt of Canada who takes the Kubica AMF World Cup trophy for this year. My sincere thanks to Rob Kendall for being with us. I hope very much you've enjoyed this broadcast, and we look forward to seeing you all again in 12 months' time.